Hey, how's it going? Today I want to show how to make a regular crock-pot meal, crock-pot Tuscan chicken, and from that, get a soft food meal. I'm going to be using the slow cooker function on my Instant Pot. To make the beans, I put a half a cup of white beans in the Instant Pot. I covered it with about an inch of water, and then I put it on pressure cook for 40 minutes. I know that seems like a lot of time, but I want to make sure the beans are really soft and easy to eat. I'm going to serve the soft food version of this meal over beans, so I need to rinse out the Instant Pot from the beans first. 1 shallot and 4 cloves of garlic. I actually did mine yesterday, and the shallot is cut up small enough so the pieces are easy. The pieces don't need to be chewed. If you wanted to swallow them whole, you could. I know that sounds weird, but on a soft food diet, you can't use your teeth to chew at all, so everything needs to be able to just go down easily. And I cut things up to be the size that they would be after I had already chewed them. I'm doing this because not everybody in my family is on a soft food diet. So I'm trying to find a way to make one dinner and have it work for people on a soft food diet and people on a regular diet. We're going to need 1/3 cup of sun-dried tomatoes. The sun-dried tomatoes need to be drained if they're in oil and chopped up small. So with this pile, I'm going to lay them out flat, run my knife through them a couple times, and see what size they get to. These pieces are all really tiny and they'll go down easy. Adding 2 mushrooms to the recipe. I'm going to cut them in half so they lay flat on the cutting board, and then do 2 or 3 cuts long ways across the top of the mushroom. Then turn the mushroom to the side and do very thin cuts along the short side of the mushroom. Pieces aren't as tiny as the sun-dried tomatoes, but mushrooms cook down quite a lot, and they're going to shrink when they're cooking. Run the knife through the pile until you're comfortable with the size of the pieces. You need a 14-ounce jar of marinated artichoke hearts. Artichoke hearts are really big. So to get them smaller, you can pull each one out of the jar and chop it up by hand if you want, or you can spin it a few times in the food processor until they get to be a size that's about equal to everything else you've chopped up. We're going to blend the artichokes in the food processor just a couple pulses at a time because we want the pieces small but not turned into paste. The size. There's no more big chunks, so they're going to be easy to swallow. Full-size artichoke hearts are much too big to swallow easily. And here's everything. It's not turned into baby food, it's just cut up small enough so you can easily swallow it. And we need a teaspoon of oregano and a cup of chicken broth. Here's the secret. This recipe is for 2 chicken breasts. We're going to make it with just 1 and use the leftover sauce over a different protein. A full chicken breast is an easy piece of protein to pull out of the recipe. And then you're left with the marinade that you cooked it in and all the good flavors from everything cooking together. And you can put the marinade over an easier protein to eat, like beans or tofu. Cook this on low 3 to 4 hours, and we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Don't forget the teaspoon of oregano like I almost did. This is after 2.5 to 3 hours slow cooking on low. As you can see, it's easy to separate the chicken breast from the rest of the marinade. So some sauce from the marinade can be scooped up, poured over beans, and make a meal for a soft food diet. After it's done cooking, I add cream cheese and spinach. I stack the spinach leaves on top of each other before I cut them. I cut them into ribbons and then small squares. I served mine over chickpea orzo. Chickpea orzo has more protein in it than regular orzo.